Hello, artists. Today we are going to use our painted paper to create a collage of a really cool winter owl. To start with, you will need some supplies. You will have your 3 types of painted paper. You will need a glue bottle, or in a pinch, you can use a glue stick, a pair of sharp scissors, a pencil, and a piece of paper for your background. I chose a purple paper because I thought it would go good with the yellow of the eyes, but you can choose blue or even black if you would like. To start with, we are going to create the shape of our owl. I'm going to set my supplies aside because I won't need them right away. I'm going to start with my brown paper, and I'm going to turn it over to the blank side. Your name might be on this side, and that's okay. We are going to draw a specific type of shape. So you are going to be sure to be able to see what I am drawing. I am going to use a marker instead of a pencil, but you should use a pencil. Before I draw anything, I want to plan where I want to put things. So if I want a big, tall owl, it can take up the whole paper. If I want short, skinny, or short and fat owls, they can take up smaller parts. I think I'm going to draw 2 owls. And the way I will do that is I'm going to draw a zigzag line, a horizontal line, and another zigzag line. If you've ever seen a horned owl, they have these funny little tufts on their heads that look like little ears. Those are all feathers. And then I can draw the body. So to draw the body, I'm going to draw a curved line, almost like a parentheses. And on the other side, do the same thing. And then I can close it so it's like a circle with ears. I'm going to do another one over here because I think my owl needs a friend. And we can repeat all the steps. Step 1, zigzag up, down, horizontal line, side to side, zigzag up, down, curve it around, curve it around. And those are my 2 owls. I'm going to set that paper in front of my yellow paper because my yellow paper is going to be for the eyes, nose, or beak, and feet. Again, I'm going to use a marker so it's easier to see, but you should use a pencil, which will give you lots of chances to draw exactly what you want. I think instead of drawing on the back of this paper, since I have these cool designs I want to capture, I am going to draw on the front. To draw an eye, I'm going to make a circle. And my owls are going to have 2 eyes, so I'm going to make 2 circles. 2 for each owl. Now I have 2 eyes for this, 2 eyes for that. I'm going to set these aside, and I finally get to cut. If you remember, our gray paper was supposed to be like birch bark on a tree. We are going to make tree branches out of our paper, and I'm going to show you how. To start with, make sure that you are holding your scissors the correct way. Thumb in the small hole, fingers in the big hole, snip, snip, cut. Using helper hand to hold my paper, I am going to cut on the long side of my painted paper. This will help me make some branches. And I'm going to do that all the way across, so I cut this paper into strips. Miss Janet can cut faster than you, so take your time and don't rush. One more strip. Perfect. Now I've got these cool strips of painted paper. I will set those aside. And I'm going to come back to my shapes that I drew, and I'm going to cut them out. When you are cutting out a round shape, first check that your scissors are held in the correct way. Thumb in the small hole, fingers in the big hole. Use helper hand to hold your paper and guide it through the jaws of your scissors. Go around by turning the paper, not the scissors. Notice how my hand stays very still when I'm cutting. I'm just turning the paper that I'm cutting, not turning the scissors. And that takes practice and time. Eyeball number 1. Helper hand, thumb in the small hole, fingers in the big hole. Cutting out the eyes. And this will be the most time-consuming part of the project. So I am actually going to pause it, and I'll come back later when everything is done. In the meantime, make sure that you get your owls. If you're going to do 2, that's awesome. If you just want to do 1, maybe have it take up the whole paper. Make sure you draw the eyes for the owls and cut your paper into strips. I will pause and come back when this is done.